Hey everybody, welcome back. Sometimes seems from media attention like presidential elections are all that matter, so let's bust that myth right here. Go ahead and smash that mythical like button and let's go. Let's start with things we've discussed earlier in the course. Recall that Senate terms are 6 years and House terms are 2 years, so every even-numbered year, the entire House is up for re-election, as is 1/3 of the Senate. Half the time, these congressional elections overlap with presidential election years like 2020 and 2024, so people vote for president as well as House and possibly Senate, and then whatever other state and local elections they have that day. Voter turnout is significantly higher in presidential election years, and results in congressional elections can be impacted by how people feel about the presidential candidates. Congressional elections that take place in years without a presidential election are known as midterm elections, as they, get this, take place at the midpoint of the president's term. I know, right? These elections have lower turnout, and the voters are often more partisan and more ideological. It's the people who care more about politics who vote in midterms, though turnout was higher than normal in 2018 and 2022. Additionally, the president's party almost always loses seats in midterm elections. It's likely that people who oppose the president are more energized to cast a vote that could limit the president's power, and as a result, the opposing party usually fares better in midterms. This happened to Biden, Trump, and Obama. All three saw their party lose seats in Congress at the midterms. But what impacts who wins congressional elections? What should you do if your life depended on you correctly predicting the winner of as many of the 435 House elections as possible? If you didn't know anything at all, but were allowed to ask one question, that question should be, who are the current office holders? And that question will help you to be right in somewhere between 90 to 98% of the races. There is a massive incumbency advantage in congressional elections. I mean, look at this bar graph. The worst year for incumbents was 85%, and that was abnormally low. It's almost always in the mid-90s. Incumbency is far and away the best predictor of who wins congressional elections. Not party, not money, not good looks, it's all about incumbency. In the previous video, I mentioned a presidential incumbency advantage, but it's much stronger in Congress. By the way, there's certainly an advantage for Senate candidates as well, but it's definitely strongest in the House. You might wonder why that is. After all, Congress typically has brutally low approval ratings. On the day I'm recording this, it was 17%. And yet, apparently everybody lined up in droves to send the exact same people right back to Congress. Let's go through a few reasons that they have an incumbency advantage. One is the ability to provide casework, meaning service and assistance provided to constituents. As the office holder, they have government resources at their disposal, and their staffs may have helped people in their district navigate complicated bureaucratic issues or to receive government benefits that they were entitled to. This in turn provides those people with a reason to vote for the incumbent. The incumbent has better name recognition and visibility. They're just better known by constituents and are more likely to be on TV and have access to media resources. An old-fashioned one that's probably declining in relevance is the franking privilege, which is a weird word that means that congressmen can send mail without having to pay for postage. So they can send people flyers reminding them of all the good things they've done for the district without spending campaign funds. Incumbents also have larger staffs and campaigning experience, both of which help as well. Additionally, most PAC contributions go to incumbents. We'll talk about PACs in the next video, but more money is a good thing for candidates. Gerrymandered districts also help incumbents, as many of them are in safe districts, drawn to specifically make them less competitive. There's a depressing commentary on democracy in there somewhere, but I'll leave that to you. And like presidential elections, congressional elections also have open and closed primaries and caucuses that work the same way. Shifting gears, 510 is about modern political campaigns, so let's focus on several changes that have occurred in recent decades. First, the reliance on political consultants. This refers to professionals hired by campaigns to develop media strategy, fundraise, and conduct research and polling. It's their job to make candidates PR perfect, and they basically sell the candidates just like a product, just like a company might do. The costs of campaigns has risen dramatically. Between advertising, staff salaries, offices, and travel, campaigns have gotten very expensive. In 2022, according to OpenSecrets.org, campaigns cost over $8.9 billion. And in the presidential election year in 2020, campaigns cost over $14.4 billion. And because of this, modern campaigns are characterized by intensive fundraising efforts. Campaigns spend a disproportionate amount of their resources attempting to raise money from individuals, PACs, and super PACs. More on that in the next video. Lastly, there are long election cycles, like endlessly long. Please make it stop long. When Obama announced his candidacy, he did so in February 2007, nearly 21 months before the election. In 2022, Trump said, "Hold my beer," announcing his 2024 candidacy in November 2022, 2 full years before the election. Let me briefly sketch out the cycle. First, about 2 years before the election is the invisible primary, where potential candidates start making speeches, fundraising, and hiring a staff. Maybe have a book ghostwritten for them, just for good measure. Then between 6 months to a year before the first primaries, candidates begin announcing their candidacy and participate in primary debates. Then is the primary season, typically from January to June of the election year, until a candidate wins the nomination and is officially chosen as the party's candidate at the party convention in August. And then the general election battle, with tons of travel and advertising, takes place, with the election on the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Alright, well, that's it for this one. Until next time, this has been a La Money production. Thanks again for watching. As always, if you want to help me out with likes and subscribes, you know I truly appreciate it. And if you want, help yourself out by checking out the Ultimate Review Packet, and I will see you in the next video.